Hey friends, what are you up to? Me? Oh, I've just been reading just a few of my favorite Piggy and Elephant books. It's Piggy and Elephant Week at Sunnyside. I am super excited. I've been practicing drawing Piggy and Elephant, and I have to tell you, I am definitely not an expert, but it's still fun, right? And so I'm going to do a little Piggy and Elephant drawing lesson with you guys. Does it sound fun? And what I'm hoping is that you guys will do some Piggy and Elephant drawings and share them on our Facebook page, put them on your windows. Maybe write your own Piggy and Elephant stories. Oh, if you do that, I for sure want to see them. I'm pretty excited about this. Okay, so Piggy and Elephant Week. Don't forget to listen to some of the teachers. I know Mrs. Blum's for sure, and I am going to be reading Piggy and Elephant books, and they'll be on our YouTube channel and on our Sunnyside Facebook page as well. Okay, so are you ready to go? You need a piece of paper and a pencil, marker, color crayon, whatever you need. I actually started this out on a different recording, and I was doing it on my dry erase board because I kind of like doing my lessons here because it's easier for you to see than if I do it down here and keep lifting it up, and I don't have a way to record from above. I wish I did. But my dry erase marker ran out, so I have to start all over here, and I'm just going to use a pencil this time. I'm going to use a few of these. Before I start though, I'm going to talk to you about, so this is I'm going to put my paper like this horizontally. You could do vertically or horizontally. I'm doing horizontally because I'm going to put elephant here and piggy here. So when you think about elephant and piggy, who's bigger? Yeah, Gerald, right? The elephant. So Gerald's going to be right here. I'm going to put Piggy right here, and I'm kind of going to be thinking about that as I'm drawing, like their sides. But you know what I was also noticing is that when you look, I mean, we know that, let's see if I can find a good example here. We know that if they're standing side by side, Gerald is a lot bigger than Piggy, right? And look at this one though. What do you notice? Why is Piggy bigger on this one than Gerald? Yeah, if you said it's because Piggy is closer and Gerald is farther away, you're exactly right. You know how when you look in real life and if someone's closer to you, they're bigger than they're far away? Same thing in illustrations. So that's something for you to think about is that perspective, right? Okay, so I'm going to use a few of these books just right under here as my easel to make it a little bit easier for you to see. And we are going to begin drawing our piggy and elephant now. It's kind of tricky for me to try to do this sideways because it's even tricky for me to do it forward facing. We're going to start, again, this is going to be Gerald. We're going to start one thing I always do, well, two tips here. Number one, if you're using a pencil, push as lightly as you can so that if you want to erase and change it, it's easier to erase that way. But if you're using a marker or crayon and you want to start over, just start over or just draw over the top. We're just practicing, right? Okay, so I'm going to start about right here, and I am going to start with, I'm going to go, sometimes I kind of do it in the air too to kind of figure out how big I want it to be. So I think I'm going to go right here, and I want it to be about this big. And again, we're just practicing. I honestly don't even know if this is about what size it should be. But I'm going to go with that. And then in the middle, of course, we're going to fill it in with a dot. You know what that is, right? All right, in the center, we're just going to connect those two. Next step, we are going to actually draw Gerald's trunk. So that line that we just drew, we're going to start right there. And I'm going to kind of think about it and just air dry like I talked to you about so I can kind of see where I want it to go. This part's a little bit tricky for me, but it's super important to our drawing because that's a huge part of what of Gerald's looks, isn't it? So I'm going to kind of go down a little bit right here, over and kind of down, and think of how long his trunk probably is. I'm going to stop about right there, and then I'm going to make a little U right there. See that? Now when I come back up, I kind of want to follow along that line. I don't want to get too close to it or too far away. So I'm going to kind of come up, up, Notice how I'm going really slowly too, and I'm always eyeballing it to see if I'm kind of on the right track. All right, what do you think? Does that look like Gerald's trunk? Next step, I'm going to draw that mouth right here, and I'm going to kind of think about his trunk being here and his mouth. I think I'm going to kind of do it like this. I'm going to kind of do a mouth kind of going up like that. Do you see that? And then I'm going to scoop it down here like this. And I'm going to kind of fill that in. I think that got a little bit more angled than I wanted it to because I'm going drawing sideways. And we're going to fill that in. We're just practicing. So if I don't love it how I did it, then next time I can change it and make it different. Okay, the next step. I'm going to draw right above here just a soft, like it's not a big heel, but it's just it's not a straight line either. It's just a little bit of a round line right there. So now we're actually going to draw the head of Gerald. So I'm going to start right here because his trunk is kind of covering up part of his head. So I'm going to start about right there, and I'm going to think about his head going around. And when I get up to the top, I'm going to, again, try to keep it pretty close right here. I'm kind of peeking at a book right now as I'm doing this. And I'm going to come around here, and I'm going to see kind of how wide I made it over there. Try to do the same thing over here. I think I got that a little bit goofy, but we're going to go right about down to there. All right, so now part of his face is coming through here too. So I'm just going to kind of pretend like this line is going all the way through the trunk and then keep going right about to there. See how I did that? He's definitely lopsided right now, but I'm going to keep going because I want you to get your piggy and elephant drawing here. And I'm not an expert artist here, right? We're just practicing and learning. Next step. So his body is actually going to be about the same size as his head. I mean, as far as how wide it is, but it's going to be a little bit longer. And I'm thinking that his legs will maybe start about right here. So I'm going to kind of think about that when I do this next step. And I'm going to kind of let that go in. I'm going to start like right about here. And let's see if I can make this happen. Maybe right about down to there. Not sure if that's about right, but I'm going to go with that. Next step is we're actually, now on this side, we're going to draw the arm. And then this arm is kind of inside. So I'm going to start right, let's see, right about here on that trunk. So here's his head. I'm going to go a little bit down. I'm still starting on his trunk. And watch what I'm going to do here. I'm going to go around. I'm looking at my picture as I go. And I'm going to get about right here. And I'm going to stop right there. And then I'm going to draw a line going across. And then this is going to be a line kind of going up to Gerald's armpit. Do you think elephants have armpits? All right, so now right there we're going to draw three little, I don't know, what are they called? Hooves? Toes? Claws? I'm not sure. You know what to do. All right, now on this side we're going to start from the armpit, and we're going to draw just like a curved line about to here. And then come down, thinking about how wide it is there. That's about how wide it should be here. And then I'm going to go up. How's that? I'm going to get those three little... All right, so take a look. How are you guys doing? One thing I'm noticing right now is that this arm looks a lot thinner than this arm. So I actually might change that a little bit. I'm going to maybe erase that a little bit. Of course, sometimes, now my eraser isn't very good. I'm just going to leave it. I'm just going to know that next time maybe I would have just come down a little bit and made it come around like this instead. And then it would have been a little bit more symmetrical. All right, so now let's finish this part of the body. So I'm going to start right about, oopsie, my screen went a little dark. I'm going to start right about here. Actually, I'm going to start right here. And thinking, here comes that body. I'm kind of thinking about where it would be and bringing it down to here. All right, next step. I'm going to come right in the middle of those two lines. I'm going to draw another line, but they're not connected. From that line, I'm just going to draw a line straight down. Got it? Now we're going to go back over to that other side, and this is where we can draw. This middle line is the center of both of his legs, so we don't have to draw another line. We're going to come to the outside here and connect those. And then, I don't know, are they toenails? We're going to do those again. Is it starting to look like Gerald? What's missing? Can you tell what's missing? Yeah, his ears. Oh, and tail. Let's do the tail right now. So I'm going to start right here, and I'm going to just do a nice little tail. All right. You know what else we didn't do? The other side of his glasses. So let's go down and down a little bit like that. What do you think? Is it starting to look like Gerald? I'm so excited. I love it when it gets to this point, because even when I thought it wasn't looking great, then it gets to this point and I'm like, hey, not bad. I bet yours isn't bad either. I bet yours is awesome, in fact. Okay, so I'm going to start about right here, and I'm going to go up and out. I might even stop right there to decide, is that about how big I want his ears to be? And then I'm going to come down, and I'm thinking that his ears come about to his shoulders. So I'm going to do it right about to there. I'm going to try the same thing on the other side. I'm going to go down and over. What do you think? There's Gerald. Should we do Piggy now? All right, let's do Piggy. So Piggy, I'm thinking, is probably about half the size of Gerald in the books. But let's go about with half the size. So I'm going to start right, this is going to be a reach for me. I'm going to start right about here, I think. Maybe about right here. With Piggy's, we're going to start first by drawing just like that, filling it in a little bit. And then right next to it, another one. That one's a little bit smaller, and actually on the other lesson that I was kind of doing with drawing, they actually made that second eye a little bit smaller. All right, next step. Let's make a snout. So right underneath it, it's going to be kind of like an oval or an egg shape, kind of close to those eyes. So let me see, I'm going to go about right. Looking at a picture again. Oh man, that is way over to the side. But that's okay. I'm going to still keep going. In the middle of that, I'm going to draw two lines going down for his snout right there. And then right underneath that, really close to that snout, I'm going to draw, he's smiling because he's with his best friend. Of course he's smiling. Okay, so next step, we're going to come right up where those eyes are and right up above like we did here, only this time it's going to be the top of Piggy's head. So we're going to draw a little, it's kind of like it's not a straight line. All right, so next we're going to draw upside down V. And the same thing on the other side, upside down V. Trying to be kind of symmetrical, although Mine has him kind of looking over in the other direction, but that's okay. All right, so next step, we're going to draw, but I'm just not going to draw a round circle because I'm going to just draw it to here so that we can draw Piggy's body. So I'm going to draw out and around right about to there. Same thing on the other side. Do you guys notice how I'm going really slowly and really thinking about how it's looking as I go? That helps me a little bit when I'm doing my drawing. Okay, so now we're going to do his body. Same thing with his body. It's going to be about the same side width as his head. So we're going to go about to here. I didn't leave quite enough room, but I think it'll be okay. I might have even made Piggy a little chubbier than he is. And I didn't leave a lot of room for the legs, but we're going to do the legs right now. So we're going to draw that line in the middle like we did before. And then a line coming straight down. See that? Now we're going to do another upside down V. Upside down V. See that? And now we're ready to draw that leg coming straight up and connecting to that line. I don't know why mine got kind of square like that, but other side, upside down V, and up to that line. What's missing? All right, let's do the next step. We need to give Piggy some arms. So we're going to start right here. His arms are going to be coming in front like this. And start right thinking about where the arms might be, kind of like the armpit, like I said on the other side. I'm going to draw this line going down. And then again, one of those V's, see how I did that? And then the line coming up. Now let's go to the other side, and on this side, his hooves are going to be touching. So we're going to come up here, upside down V, and up and around right there. What's missing? His tail. We're missing Piggy's tail. So let's get a tail right here. Boop, boop. What do you think? Does that look like Piggy an elephant? So, again, over here we have Piggy standing all the way on the ground and elephant's kind of not on the ground, but you could make like, you know, some kind of a ground here so that it does look like they're, doesn't look kind of so goofy like that. Okay, so guess what? I'm going to give you a little message here. So hold on, Piggy and Elephant, always in their books, their entire books are speech bubbles, aren't they? So I'm going to give you guys a little message in the speech bubble. Turn it around. Hold on, hang in there for a minute. You guys can be kind of looking at your page and thinking what they might want to be saying while you're waiting for me to write my message. When you're writing your books, if you can't spell all the words you're not sure how to spell, do you think you should just not write those words and find a different word? No, you just spell those words how you think they're spelled, because even professional writers have editors that go back and help with that stuff. So it's more important to get your story out. Okay, hold on. Not quite there yet. I'm going to show you one thing that you can do. Yeah, I like it. Okay, are you ready for the message? Oopsie, I'm going to do one thing here. This looks kind of goofy. You ready? Bum, bum, bum. We are on Sunnyside's YouTube channel. Hi, stars. I'm going to make the speech bubble now because I wanted to show you that one thing I've learned, sometimes I used to make the speech bubble first and then try to fit my print in, and then sometimes my print was going outside the speech bubble. So one thing you can do is write the words that you want them to be saying first, then make the speech bubble. So the little arrow part of the speech bubble points to who's talking. So I'm going to draw, like, that's actually another, I like to say a V, a sideways V. And now, once I've made that V, I'm going to make the circle around the words, or the speech bubble going around the words. So now we see that Gerald is saying, we are on Sunnyside's YouTube channel. And Piggy is saying, hi, stars. Piggy could also be saying, we miss you, stars, because all the teachers miss you so much. So now you can look. I'm going to show you the book again. So if you want to color your Piggy and Gerald, you can kind of see what colors they are, and I think that's pretty easy. You probably already knew that. But I know that I've done like a grumpy monkey drawing with you guys. Your job when you make your book is you can use all kinds of different movements. I always like one thing they do a lot of is using those little lines to show motion in these books. Oh, look at all those lines. Fun. He's trying to fly in that one, isn't Piggy's trying to fly in that one. So that's pretty cool how they showed that. So, what will you do on your drawings? And by the way, if your whole story is just Piggy and Elephant just like this, that would be awesome too. All right, I can't wait to see them. Please share on the Sunnyside Facebook page, or even on this post. Share your pictures or share them with your teacher on Dojo or Remind or Google Classroom or Facebook, whatever your teacher's doing, and maybe your teacher will share with me. All right, hope you had fun. I sure had fun drawing with you. Bye.